Monday, April 6, 2020. The first reading we're going to go through is called The Sun is Also a Star. The Sun is Also a Star is a timely film about interracial teen romance. So you should be looking at the image of the couple laying in the grass. Remember, when reading and as you're listening, feel free to pause at any moment and annotate the text. This includes circling unfamiliar words, underlining key details and question marks next to anything confusing. Before we get to the reading, let's look through the vocabulary you will be seeing in this reading. The first word in the table is melodrama. This is a play or film where the plot or action is exaggerated instead of being driven by the characters. It usually has a happy ending. An example could be The Fault in Our Stars. Cinematographer, a person who directs photography and camera work in movie making, the one who operates the camera. You see the image of the woman operating the camera. Delirium. This is a disturbed state of mind that is characterized by restlessness, illusions, and incoherent thought and speech. Destiny. These are events that will necessarily happen to a particular person or thing in the future. It's kind of like fate. Meet cute. In a movie or TV show where two characters meet in a funny or charming encounter and fall in love. Okay, now we're going to get started with the reading. So you should be down below meet cute in the first paragraph. With a title that reads like a line of a bad teenage love poetry, one whose I might as well be dotted with a heart, and a plot that involves a series of improbable coincidences, The Sun is Also a Star seems on the surface as if it wouldn't appeal to many beyond the target demographic of its source material. A 2016 young adult novel by Nicole Yoon, author of Everything, Everything. But you don't have to be a lovesick adolescent to fall, just a little, for its goofy energy. The movie's premise is timely, if overheated. 17-year-old Natasha Yara Shahidi of Grownish was born in Jamaica, but lives with her undocumented immigrant family in Brooklyn, New York. Daniel, Charles Melton of Riverdale, is a first-generation Korean American who loves to write poetry. His father, who owns an African-American hair care shop in Harlem, New York, wants him to go to medical school. Over the course of a day in New York City, these two beautiful young people from wildly different cultures fall in love. But there's a catch. Natasha's family is to be deported the next day. Can she get the court to reverse the decision? Will Daniel put aside his dream to pursue the profession his father wants for him? The answers may surprise no one, but they involve what Daniel and Natasha would call destiny. The lovebirds meet cute. Daniel pulls Natasha out of the way of a speeding car, a maneuver straight out of a soap opera. Like those over-the-top melodramas, this movie's contrivance level is off the charts. And this may sound ridiculous on paper, but director Rai Russo-Young, Before I Fall, somehow manages to sell this madness, aided by the convincing visual flair of cinematographer Autumn Durald, whose bird's-eye views of Manhattan convey the delirium of young love. Her camera catches the scope of the big city, a hugeness that not only overwhelms the concerns of these two not yet fully formed adults, but also thrills them with a sense of possibility. Lens flares distort the sun rays, much like love goggles, and sweeping camera movements carry the viewer along for a roller coaster ride that seems to track with Natasha and Daniel's emotions. It helps that the leads are so attractive and likable. The Great Melting Pot setting makes a point. This is Russo-Young's idealized vision of America. A loving close-up of the Statue of Liberty, looking strangely like Sylvester Stallone for some reason, drives it home. And yet the movie doesn't shy away from racial tensions. Daniel's family makes assumptions about Natasha based on her skin and hair. In one of its more curious asides, the film offers an explanation of why Korean Americans have a lock on the African American hair care business in New York. And the film doesn't exactly have a fairy tale ending. The Sun is Also a Star suggests something intriguing. Representation matters, but not just so we can see ourselves on screen. It's also so important to see perspective other than our own. At the heart of the movie is a love story. one that's universal enough to recall every other one ever told. But there's a specificity to this personal journey to the land of opportunity that suggests the hopefulness of the American dream. If its heart-pounding romance doesn't make you cry, its sorely needed sense of optimism surely will make you smile. Now continue on with the questions. Be sure to answer the following questions by either on your Google Doc circling or highlighting the best answer. And be sure to read each question carefully and then move on to your writing prompt.